iPhone 5 still dominant. Look, it's dominant.
Listen,
it's dominant. There it is.
Let me give you my take on Apple and its iPhone. I think Apple has created technical zombies who are accepting less and less in terms of features and enhancements to each product. Where is the innovation? Apple led the way here, and then
this is my contention. Okay, I agree with you. By the way, in terms of compared to other phones, this phone puts itself into the top 3 of smartphones. Okay, and it's thinner than the previous one. And it's lighter, and it's faster, and it's got LTE. All features we've actually seen before. But I think that there's an unfair expectation of Apple. I think people think that Apple is going to pull out an iPad from its pocket every time it's going to release a new product. I think that, but that's not how Apple has worked. It doesn't like turn every market on its ear every time. You figure they introduced the iPod, right, when there were a bunch of little MP3 players, and it was a brand new device, and it set the standard for that music player market up here. And they dominated the market because of that. They still are releasing incremental improvements to the iPods. Like the iPod Shuffle now is like the size of a postage stamp. Okay, that's cool, but they haven't changed the iPod market since they set the standard in it. Fast forward to the telephones. There were a bunch of flip phones running around and a BlackBerry or two. Okay, and they produced the iPhone, the original iPhone, and they set the standard up here. They sent everyone scrambling towards that standard. And they've made solid incremental improvements. And then same with the iPad. There were tablets before the iPad. They were like the Windows flippy tablets, and you had to run. They're terrible. And so they came in with the iPad, and they set the standard here. They turned the market on its ear, and they own 75% of the tablet market now. And they've made solid incremental improvements over the past 3 years with iPads. You're not going to see it again in the phone market with Apple. You're not going to see it again in the tablet market. They're going to do what they have to do to stay industry leaders. But the next thing you're going to see it is with the iWatch. I had to bring it in. With the iWatch, it's the next time you're going to see it is when they're going to produce an industry-leading cell phone wristwatch. Okay, or something like that, where they go into a market that's fragmented, doesn't have very solid products, and they're going to put out their product and it's going to be industry standard. And they're going to keep it.
Look, my only contention is this. This is the first major release since the departure of Steve Jobs.
Agreed.
I believe there needed to be more.
There won't be more for the next 5 years.
Fine. Because if there's no more now, and everyone agrees that he was the engine that drove the innovation there, I don't believe that. I just don't see this anymore. I don't see where they're going to get this from. Unless they're hiding someone in the basement down there that can do what he did. The market is different. The phones are different. It's not the only phone on the block. And until they made those improvements, they were missing some of the basics that other phones already had.
Yeah, but once you're in the Apple ecosystem, once you've purchased your apps and it runs the way you want it to run, and you got your music in it, and whatever you got it working.
Technical zombies. I'll accept less.
Zombies.
I'll accept less if I'm already captured.
Okay, well, welcome to Windows.
In a customer-driven society, people need to continue to demand more. Demand more, because they're going to ask you to pay more. So why not ask for the commensurate value for what they're asking you to pay?
Well, look, but they're not asking you to pay more. The phone came out the same. I tend to agree that if I had an iPhone 4S right now, I'd be thinking 2 or 3 times whether I want to actually spend the money for a new iPhone 5. But if I was out there looking for a phone right now, iPhone 5 is a perfectly excellent contender. It's in the top 3 phones out there. And it's got a fully established ecosystem along with it.